You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, Anthony Saviello gives an update from Monette following the Wednesday tornado.
Also, the city of Caney, Kansas has lifted their water restrictions from recent rains. KOAM's Fernanda Silva shares how the city plans to move forward.
And we've got another beautiful day across the 4 states. It's going to be shaping up to be a nice one. We'll have a look at that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is just after 7 o'clock on this finally Friday. It's only day 2 at the couch.
We're still figuring it out.
So
it's like, a little lumpy.
With our, it is
like lopsided.
It's not bad. But with our chairs, you know, we had marks. The chairs were in the same spot, so that with this big TV and all that, we were always in the same spot. And we're trying to. You can't put X's on the couch. It'll make the couch look terrible, and it'll damage the couch. We don't want to do that. So we're still trying to figure out. I guess I should probably be. I don't know,
get away from
here-ish.
Should I be further away?
I don't know. We'll get this
out.
figured out as we get used to this. It's a good couch. It's a great couch. We just got to figure out our seating positions here. And of course, we've had multiple rounds of significant severe weather across the area.
Yes, and 4 staters are again cleaning up storm damage, and this time in Lawrence County, Missouri, after a tornado tore through that area Wednesday afternoon.
KOAM's Anthony Saviello has the latest from the Monette area.
As you can see behind me, the roof, part of the roof on this house is stripped away. Trees and branches are down, scattered all over yards. There are uprooted trees. The pavement itself is destroyed because of the trees that have fallen down. I spoke with one gentleman who said he saw the storms roll in and quickly realized the need to get inside and get into cover.
House and the wind got really high, and we heard stuff hitting the house, and just a minute it was gone, and came out and trees blown over everywhere.
Kevin Davis, along with many of his neighbors, took on the full force of Wednesday's tornado in Lawrence County. Now they are left to clean up the damage the storm left behind, but he's not alone.
It's amazing that people would volunteer to come and help us clean up, and you know, fortunately me and my neighbors, they've got farm tractors, and I've got backhoes, and we've got the equipment to do most of it ourselves, and we work together, and that's what brings us out of it, and that way it's not real hard on anybody.
Davis says that he and his wife were at home with their grandson, all of them safe and accounted for. One family in this neighborhood took shelter in their basement as the tornado destroyed their barn. Though the damage is extensive, the people here made it through unscathed.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. If you don't lose, you know, you or any of your family, you know, you've got it made.
Absolutely. People out here have been working tirelessly all day, cleaning up damage, picking up debris, working together, working with each other to do their best to get back to something close to normal. Reporting in Lawrence County, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Davis's fire crews and Liberty Electric worked overnight to clear roads throughout the county and restore power.
And thankfully, we've had some opportunities to get out there and assess and clean up and start making those repairs, because over the last 12 days, I was just talking about this. We get severe weather in the 4 states. We know that, but I feel like this is the most tornado reports we've had in such a short window in this area in quite some time.
Been quite intense,
We can have multiple days of severe weather, but I think to have this many tornado reports in such a short window is
lots of destruction.
It's been a bit of a wild couple of weeks out there. And again, thankfully, we are getting a break across the area. Quick look outside. Our camera on top of the Cornell complex. The sun is rising. The skies are clear. The temperatures are cool, but it is otherwise not a bad start to the day. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line. More sunshine, more clear skies out there. And We'll continue to see that as we go through today and even into tomorrow. Temperatures, again, we're a bit on the cool side, but not bad. We're low mid 50s and seeing some upper 50s out there as well. And we will continue to warm today. Now, we're looking to be about a degree or two cooler than where we were yesterday, so not anything significant, still relatively close to average. We'll have what is technically known as variable clouds. That just means somewhere between mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Low 70s, and we're going to have to deal with the north winds occasionally gusting upwards of 20 to 25 miles an hour. We do have thunderstorm chances back in the forecast, rolling in potentially as early as Sunday night. We're going to take a look at those details in the full forecast here in a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, no one was seriously injured after a semi-truck crashed into the back of a school bus yesterday in Lawrence County, Missouri. The crash happened on Missouri 96 at about 7 a.m. The bus slowed to make a left turn and the semi moved to pass on the right but struck the bus. The impact spun the bus and slammed it into a rock bluff. Troopers say 2 children and a bus driver were on the bus at the time, and firefighters helped remove the semi driver who was trapped in a cab. But again, no one was injured. A Northeast Oklahoma woman pleads guilty in a fatal hit-and-run case. The crash happened in February 2022 in Miami, Oklahoma. Mindy McBrien of Fairland, Oklahoma, drove a vehicle that hit and killed Sheng Jinye, a citizen of China who lived in Miami. McBrien entered a blind plea, meaning the sentence had not been determined. She's due back in court in August. After months of dealing with a water shortage, the city of Caney, Kansas officially lifted its restrictions this week. Because of recent rains, Caney's water reservoirs are full, allowing officials to take down a resolution for water conservation. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
In October and November, when we really started counting the days of how much water we had left, it got a little burdensome for people.
But with the recent rains came comfort.
The whole community, I mean, there's a sigh of relief that, hey, now we are going to come out of the drought.
While most restrictions were lifted for the community and local businesses back in December, now people will see the signs of ease.
They can water their gardens, they can water their grass, they can water their trees. Those were the things that, we were still kind of somewhat iffy about, just water use and overuse. Well, now it's use however much you want to pay for.
But this was not their reality just a couple of months ago. Last summer, the water shortage in the city was considered the most critical level of the severity scale. As a result, residents could only use water for essential activities.
The most restricted thing that we were doing that we're not anymore essentially has to do with the use of outdoor restrooms and things of that nature.
The school district that went to a 4-day week schedule last semester to try to reduce the water usage says life is now back to normal. But the impacts of the restrictions are here to stay.
The water restrictions has forced us all to think about things that we can do to conserve. So whether that be simple things like at home that you can do when you're brushing your teeth or limiting your shower usage or things of that nature where you're very conscious of that.
It's hard to feel like you have permission to go ahead and use a lot of water after you've come through that still sticks in your mind.
The hope now is for better days ahead.
Now everybody's relieved to going in the summer with their gardens and their flower beds.
In Caney, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
The city is now working to avoid the reoccurring problem in the future. The goal is to connect a pipeline from Coffeyville to Caney's water tower. The project is expected to cost almost $8 million and to be done by the end of 2025. Coming up next, the Biden administration is investigating if Israel has broken any laws in their war with Hamas. We'll have the details on what this could mean for the U.S. And later, students who have been protesting the Israel-Hamas war have been facing counter-protests. We'll hear how universities across the nation are handling the protesters. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. We'll be right back, but before we head to break, here's a live look from the Butterfly Garden in Cunningham Park.
injured by someone else's for our clients. If you've been injured, you can get the help you need because we are here for you.
Topping Nation Watch this morning, the Biden administration is working on a report for Congress this week on whether Israel has violated international law during the war in Gaza. The determination could lead to significant repercussions and further inflame divisions at home and abroad. Some State Department offices have expressed doubt over Israel's assurances it has used U.S. weapons without violating international law during its 7th-month war in Gaza. The report will also weigh in on whether Israel has impeded the delivery of U.S. humanitarian assistance. The Senate passes a bill to reauthorize aviation funding. If the bill passes the House by the Friday deadline, it will renew the FAA's authority for 5 more years and grant more than $105 billion in funding to the agency. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says both chambers need to pass the bill to avoid a lapse in funding, which could damage the efficiency of airports and planes. Some students are now pushing back against anti-Israel protests, which have kept them from feeling safe, attending classes, or even graduating ceremonies. 3 Northwestern University undergraduates are suing the school, as Fox News senior correspondent Mike Tobin is in Evanston, Illinois, with the story.
A scuffle at MIT, the latest campus clash as Palestinian sympathizers protest against Israel. 3 Jewish students at Northwestern University in Illinois are fighting back with a lawsuit.
Jewish students are not safe on campus. If you talk to students, they're scared, they're terrified.
The suit does not ask for compensation, monetary or otherwise. It simply demands the university enforce policies which would prevent incidents like a man with his face hidden by a keffiyeh demanding students disclose whether they speak Hebrew, a Star of David with a red slash through it, and a Jewish student berated with chants that she burn in hell. Northwestern University told us, we don't comment on pending litigation. Like many colleges, the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee has an anti-Israel tent encampment.
We have tents, we have shelter, unlike the people of Gaza, unlike the people of Palestine.
The chancellor issued a statement that UMW tries to balance free speech and safety, but the encampment is unlawful and must end.
I think it's basically a hidden threat to Jewish students.
Contrast that with Emerson College in Boston, where the university president promised to post bail for the students who were arrested. Increasingly, the protests have turned on the Biden administration for ongoing U.S. support of Israel's military. In light of that pressure, Xavier University in Louisiana withdrew the invitation for Biden's ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas Greenfield, to speak at commencement. Back here at Northwestern, the administration struck a deal that gave the protesters some of what they demanded. In exchange, most of the tents were removed, dodging the ugly visual of police removing them by force. In Evanston, Illinois, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
Let's look at some headlines across the nation. Now let's check in with Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
I got some cool temperatures across the area, and we are going to warm a little bit. We'll be a little cooler than where we were yesterday, but not by much. Sunny skies as we start the day. We'll have another complete look at your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. And coming up a little later, Mother's Day is this Sunday, in case you did not know, and it's not too late to plan your gift. We're going to have some ideas that are sure to be memorable.
Farewell. Your future differently with Capella University.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:18 on this Friday morning, and we have got a beautiful start to the day, a little on the cool side, but take a look. Sun is rising, skies are clear. This is our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line. Again, clear skies. And as we look at the MoDOT camera in Neosho, what do we see? More clear skies. And the KDOT camera south of Pittsburgh, More sunshine, more clear skies, a beautiful start to the day across the area. Our camera 7th and Rangeline also showing clear skies, 53 in Joplin. The wind for the time being is calm. However, it's going to pick up a little bit later today and as we head through the morning. Temperatures, all of us hanging out in the 50s. Most of us low mid 50s. Got a couple of upper 50s out there. Not a bad start to the day whatsoever. We get the day underway again. Still a bit breezy. North winds 10 to 15, occasional gusts 20 to 25 miles an hour out there. And variable clouds, so we'll be mostly clear to partly cloudy. 68 by 11 o'clock. And again, highs today maybe a degree or two cooler than yesterday. We're going to go into the low to mid 70s, again with those mostly clear to partly cloudy skies out across the region. And as we head into the evening, mostly clear skies, low 60s by 10, overnight lows into the low to mid 50s and still mostly clear skies. Now, as we head into Sunday night and into Monday, showers and thunderstorms back in our forecast, and they will continue with us through the majority of our Monday. It won't be until early Tuesday morning that we get a pause, and then we'll see additional scattered showers and thunderstorms on our Tuesday. And those will wrap up. Then by Wednesday, some isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. We go into Wednesday night into Thursday, more scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region. And by early Friday morning, those will come to an end, and we'll get a little bit of a pause on shower and thunderstorm activity as we head into Friday and Saturday of next week. Some good news at this point. We've discussed this through the morning, but nothing on the long-range data is screaming severe weather next week. Now, that's not saying we couldn't see any, but the last few events we've had several days in advance, the model data has said there's going to be significant severe weather. That is not what's showing up at this point. Hopefully we keep it that way, but we'll of course keep an eye on the thunderstorms because we are still in severe weather season. So we'll monitor them. But right now, nothing screaming any significant severe weather next week. Upper 70s for our Saturday and for Mother's Day. Most of Mother's Day is good. It'll be mostly cloudy, but it'll be warm. Won't be until the late evening that we see some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. Continuing into, again, the beginning of next week. A little cooler on Monday, low 70s. Outside of that, we'll go back into the upper 70s and low 80s. Thunderstorm chances through Thursday. Nice conditions for us next Friday and Saturday, and maybe a few isolated to widely scattered showers by next Sunday. That's a check of your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
We're more than just a furniture store. We've got hand-picked furniture located at 2702 Richard Joseph Boulevard.
The countdown to Mother's Day is on, but as shoppers hunt for last-minute gifts and hurry to make restaurant reservations, not everyone is going to be spending big bucks.
Fox News' Sean Langell takes a closer look at some ways you can show your mom you care without breaking the bank.
Mother's Day is a time to honor the mother figures in our lives and recognize the work they do.
The celebration of Mother's Day goes back to the 1800s.
But when money is tight, it can be hard to afford the perfect presents. Instead of pinching pennies, psychologists say there's a slew of frugal strategies that will make moms happy without wrecking your wallet.
And it doesn't have to be flowers and gifts. It can be as simple as sending a quick text of thank you. A handwritten letter is a simple and inexpensive way to honor mom. Maybe help with the chores that day, an opportunity to sleep in for a change. These are simple things that cost families nothing.
The National Retail Federation estimates Americans will spend less on Mother's Day compared to last year. Shoppers are expected to shell out $33.5 billion, down from last year's record of $35.7 billion. Rather than guessing if your mom will like the gift you bought her, psychologists say it's best to just ask them what they want. They also recommend moms be honest with their families about what they truly desire.
Sometimes all moms want is a little quiet time, a little break from their everyday roles and responsibilities. But if there's something you particularly want, maybe your favorite food or breakfast in bed, I think it's okay to express that explicitly to your family.
But while one of the hallmarks of motherhood is taking care of others, it's important moms take time to take care of themselves.
Because we know just how much we have given to those around us and recognize how depleting that can be. Self-care is the way for moms to give back to ourselves.
Sean Langell, Fox News.
Mother's Day is certainly a special day. I can't wait to see my mom on Sunday this weekend, and I'm sure you're excited to celebrate your wife as well, and your kids are too.
Oh, absolutely. And I try and get her to relax. I just mentioned that. I try and get her to relax, and then she says she feels lazy, and I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, that is the whole point.
It's a great gift.
That's the whole point.
Great gift.
This is your time to feel lazy.
Absolutely. Well, coming up, clients from the Lafayette House get a new wardrobe and a confidence boost.
And clear skies to start the day across the area. We are going to have a relatively pleasant day once again. We'll have another look at that forecast when we come back.
Upon us. Book at choicehotels.com.
Hello. The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOA Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Snowy. The Ascension Hospital System yesterday announced it's investigating a possible cyber attack. Ascension, which owns Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh, says it detected unusual activity on its network systems Wednesday. They say access to some systems, including clinical operations, have been interrupted. So far, they haven't noticed any patient information that's been compromised. It's not clear if the Pittsburgh facility has been affected. The Miami School District yesterday announced its new interim superintendent, and it's a familiar face for students, Kenny Iverson. She previously served as assistant superintendent and has decades of experience in education. The district says it officially begins the search for a permanent superintendent on July 1st. Missouri Governor Mike Parson yesterday signed into law a bill prohibiting public funds to abortion providers. While public money is already prohibited from funding abortions in Missouri, the new law will now prevent any taxpayer money, such as Medicaid, from going to any abortion providers or their affiliates in the state for any purpose. In a statement, Planned Parenthood calls the governor's decision, quote, deeply disappointing and harmful. The organization says the new law violates multiple Missouri Supreme Court decisions. It's graduation season across the 4 states, so some seniors in Carthage took a trip down memory lane. Members of Carthage High School's class of 2024, who also attended Mark Twain Elementary, buried a time capsule way back in kindergarten. Yesterday, they unearthed that capsule, which was filled with special trinkets that had importance to them at that time.
We're special to see the kids that we put our heart and our soul into when they came, and some of them couldn't write their names, they couldn't walk in line, they didn't know how to do anything, and seeing them graduate and just going into adulthood, knowing that sometime we're going to see their kids here probably.
Current Mark Twain students and staff cheered the seniors as they walked down the halls once again. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
We've got a pretty decent start to the day. Take a look. MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line, clear skies out there this morning, and it is going to be that way for most of the day. We'll go mostly clear to partly cloudy here and there. As we get the day underway, most of us into the 50s, well, all of us into the 50s. A little bit of a cool start here and there, but again, not bad. As we head into the afternoon, the only thing we're going to have to contend with that's not going to be super pleasant is north winds, occasionally gusting 20 to 25 miles an hour. Outside of that, again, mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures a degree or two cooler than yesterday as we go low mid 70s. We'll see a few more low 70s today with those forecasted highs. However, of course, Mother's Day is Sunday. Mother's Day, the majority of the day, looks pretty good, but by Sunday night, we see another round of showers and thunderstorms start to roll into the area, and we'll have more details on that in the full forecast, and that's coming up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. Well, victims of domestic abuse and sexual assault were given a boost of confidence yesterday. Clients of the Lafayette House in Joplin got a chance to update their wardrobe. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
The Heart of the Cabbies Foundation Love Local event is updating the wardrobes of 40 clients from the Lafayette House in Joplin. More than 400 items of clothing for clients to choose from, free of charge.
Well, all of the items that the ladies will be taking home with them today are all from the Cabby line. And so they're getting paired with a Cabby stylist to get a brand new wardrobe of items that they're able to wear to court or a job interview or just out in their daily lives. So they feel good about the items that are in their closet.
This is the second year the Cabby's Foundation has chosen to donate to the Lafayette House clients for their impact on local domestic abuse victims.
A year ago, we started our Love Local event, which we can apply for, and this is now our second time that we have been able to do it for the Lafayette House.
So some of our clients last year, when they left, they just were beaming, and then we would see them wear their Cabby outfits after they came to the event, and it was so great. So we were really excited to be able to offer this for them again this year.
Clients receive new Cabby outfits along with some accessories.
We have put together just another little extra love kit. We have a Cabby scarf in there. We have some Cabby jewelry, toothpaste and toothbrushes, and we have makeup wipes, and just a little extras just to love on them and the ladies to take home for Mother's Day.
The Cabby stylist goal is making the clients look and feel their best despite their past.
You know, everyone says, oh, it's so awesome what you're doing for these women, but the amazing thing is it's blessing us too.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
This was the second time the Love Local event was held in Joplin. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Shannon Becker joins us this morning to share his big 3 news stories of the week. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Cunningham Park in Joplin.
Travel far away for an adventure this summer.
Experience or get a new roof for as low as $99 a month. Glidewell Roof, simply the best around.
Welcome back. We've got Shannon Becker in the studio with his big 3 news stories of the week. Good morning to you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Let's take a look at the big 3 this week. KOAM News now. Joplin News first. It was over the weekend. A car crashed between 2 trains. So unbelievable. I had to see it for myself.
Yes,
this
wow.
Cadillac passenger car, a crossbuck, no lights, no bells, driving in the dark, and struck a slow-moving train. They don't have cabooses anymore, so it kind of struck the end of it there.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
So it dragged the car a little bit down the tracks, and then another train, there's 2 sidings there, or 1 siding in there next to the main track. Another train came along and then smashed it in between the 2. Driver had already kind of, exited, was down the road a little bit, shall we say. He was taken to the jail and charged with DWI. So that's something that's not going to happen, just anybody getting caught between 2 trains like that. Our number 2 story, it was yesterday morning, early, 7 o'clock, reports of a school bus struck by a tractor trailer. What could have been a tragedy is in Lawrence County, just to the west of Halltown. And this tractor trailer attempted to pass the bus that was turning left. It didn't have its stop arms out, it was just turning left onto a county road. And whatever occurred, well, he didn't pass them and reared them at highway speeds. 2 kids on the bus, they actually remained in their seat. They were not injured. And it spun around completely.
Is almost unbelievable.
I know, yeah, it is. It spun it around completely 180 degrees. So nobody was injured, which is amazing.
Miracle. Yes, thank goodness.
Highway Patrol said that's the safest bus of all time, no doubt. And then the number 1 story, we've been talking about it this week. Even Chris earlier mentioned it's nice to have a little bit of a break in this severe weather. This is Officer Anthony Mosley of the Carterville Police Department. He was on 249 watching the storm roll through. There it is. That is an EF1 tornado that started on Indiana in Joplin and then was about 4.5 miles long, maximum wind speeds around 100 miles an hour, did a lot of damage.
Yes.
Took down a huge tree in my yard.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, huge. It's actually in the VO package. I didn't tell anybody, but that was actually, but it was huge. I don't know what to say.
No damage to your home, I'm hoping.
No, it
okay,
missed
good.
everything. I couldn't believe it. Didn't miss my wallet. But anyway, that's great video, and he was able to alert his city of the coming danger. Then our bonus story of the week, the CBS Morning Show, Nate introduced a package, and they had a reporter in Oklahoma and our producer Tennyson and also Abby, they submitted I don't know if they asked for our video or they submitted it, but they played our video that we had, that we put together. That's my clip from Planet Fitness the night before, and then my friend Ashley, her clip, she was over at Lowe's. So it was kind of cool to have our.
It was cool, yes. Congratulations to have that up there. I mean, I know it's a tragedy having damage, but still to be able to have that on network TV is quite impressive.
My tree didn't make that package, but also this week I hit 100,000 followers on Facebook.
Congratulations!
Isn't it weird? I was like, what?
Well, you deserve it.
I know.
Because
look
of
at
all
me.
that you do.
Everything's about me today. It's all about me.
Oh, well, we're happy to have you. We're happy to have it all be about you, Shannon.
Totally but it's really cool. I appreciate our producers and everybody that help and support everything. There's so many more people behind the camera than in front of the camera. So thanks so much,
true,
guys.
incredible. Yes, thank you to all of them, and thank you to you, Shannon, once again. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Stables Casino has amazing payouts.
When you bundle home and auto with American Family Insurance, get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News 742 on this finally Friday. A live look from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin. Clear skies out there. Wind starting to pick up a little bit. We'll have some occasional wind gusts out there. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line. Also clear skies. And the MoDOT camera down in Neosho at US 60 Missouri 59 looking back toward the west. So that's Lusk Drive right there. Clear skies as well, and plentiful sunshine from the KDOT camera on 69 just south of Pittsburgh. A beautiful start to the day, and our camera 7th and range line. Not a cloud in the sky right now. 53 in Joplin. The winds last reported is calm, but as you saw, starting to pick up a bit. Temperatures across the region 50s, but we're starting to see more mid and upper 50s as the sun rises and we begin to warm up. But believe it or not, we're going to be about a degree or two cooler than where we were yesterday. At least that's the expectation. We'll have north winds occasionally gusting upwards of 20 to 25 miles an hour, and we'll have what they call variable clouds. So mostly clear skies, partly cloudy skies in that range. 68 by 11 o'clock this morning. Highs today, again, low 70s. Maybe some mid 70s here and there, and mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Then we'll start to go mostly clear as we head into the evening hours, down to low 60s by 10, overnight lows back into the low to mid 50s. Then we have thunderstorm chances returning late Sunday night, and into Monday we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms. Thunderstorms with us for most of our Monday, and as we've been mentioning, because I know with everything we've been through in the last couple of weeks, I just want to remind everyone, at this point, nothing on the long-range data is screaming severe. The last couple of weeks, long-range data was even showing up and saying, yeah, it's going to be a significant severe event. Thankfully, that is not what we're seeing right now. Now, we're still in severe weather season. That's not to say we couldn't see some stronger storms, but at least at this point, long-range data is not out there just going, oh my gosh, it's going to be nasty. But we'll keep an eye on these thunderstorms for you. They'll be with us throughout all of our Monday, and then we'll have isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into our Tuesday, and we'll get another pause. Then we'll see as we head into Wednesday some isolated to scattered showers and storms out there as well on our Wednesday, and then overnight Wednesday into Thursday, scattered showers and storms kind of increasing in coverage, so some better chances on Thursday for showers and thunderstorms, and then by early Friday morning they are gone, and we'll get another bit of a break in the thunderstorm activity. Warming up this weekend, by the way, upper 70s heading into Mother's Day, and mostly cloudy for Mother's Day, but the majority of the day looks to be good so far. It won't be until late evening if those thunderstorm chances build in. Thunderstorms building in again Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A break in the activity Friday, Saturday, a few more showers Sunday. And aside from Monday, warmer next week, upper 70s and low 80s. That's a check of your forecast, and we're sending it over to Elise with Consumer Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Well, mortgage rates have dropped for the first time since March. Freddie Mac says the 30-year fixed rate mortgage average dropped to 7.09%. That's down from last week when it averaged 7.22%. The average rate on the 15-year fixed mortgage dropped to 6.38% from 6.47% last week. 1 year ago, the rate on the 15-year fixed note averaged 5.75%. A new report finds Kia and Hyundai models are sitting at the top of the list for the most stolen vehicles. Those thefts overtook full-sized pickups. A TikTok trend called the Kia Hyundai Challenge, which revealed design flaws, was at least partially blamed for the rise in the thefts. Both car makers are shelling out $145 million to settle a class action lawsuit related to the flaws and thefts. Well, TikTok announces new disclaimers for content made by artificial intelligence. The social media platform will start labeling content that is created with AI outside of its app. The company says the new disclaimer will help limit confusion and misinformation on the platform. TikTok has previously added labels on content that used its own AI effects and for content that features realistic AI. Those are our top stories this morning for Consumer Watch. Now let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Get hooked on a team. Here for you every time.
With the countdown to Mother's Day ticking away, some management professionals say recognizing and supporting moms is critical in business settings.
By supporting moms, you can create a healthier and more productive workplace environment. Fox News correspondent Chandler Painter takes a closer look.
While Mother's Day is a time to honor the mother figures in our lives, business experts say it's not just families that should show support to moms, citing how it's important for companies to understand the challenges facing mothers in the workplace, especially new parents. According to Allison Gabriel of Purdue University, one of the biggest concerns working women have is how they could be perceived by going on maternity leave.
I think there's a misconception that going on maternity leave is some kind of break or vacation.
While the Pregnancy Discrimination Act of 1978 offers mothers legal protections at work, Gabriel encourages managers to go one step further.
Becoming a mom is a huge identity shift for women. And so by acknowledging that something really momentous happened, that's a really important signal to mothers coming back into the workplace that people recognize that that shift has happened.
This show of support can also be emotionally helpful for new mothers facing health complications upon returning to the office.
Postpartum depression, the estimates for women, they vary depending on the source, but on average what we tend to see is about 15% of individuals who have babies are diagnosed.
Gabriel says a postpartum depression diagnosis can occur at some point in the first year after giving birth.
So that means it's not just important to support people right when they re-enter the workplace, but throughout the entirety of that first year and beyond.
Gabriel also suggests companies that show mothers they care about their work and home life have better odds of retaining those employees. I'm Chandler Painter, Fox News.
Certainly important to celebrate moms, and honestly it's important to celebrate them and take care of them year round.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, we've got a few thunderstorm chances as we head into Mother's Day, but thankfully at this time they're looking to hold off until late evening on Mother's Day. The rest of Mother's Day looking pretty good. As we head into Monday, those thunderstorms continue overnight Sunday into Monday. We'll have scattered storms across the area throughout our Monday. The good news is we're not seeing anything that's just screaming severe weather at us. We are still in severe weather season, so we'll still want to keep an eye on the thunderstorms, but we're not seeing anything like what we've seen over the last couple of weeks that's suggesting a significant severe weather event at this point, which is good news. By Tuesday, a few isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. Those will clear out, and then by Wednesday, another round of isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then by the overnight hours, those will increase in coverage, and we'll see better chances for more showers and storms as we head into our Thursday, and that'll be with us most of our Thursday. It'll be early Friday morning that all of that begins to eventually clear on out of here, leaving us pretty decent for next Friday and Saturday across the area. We are going to have one more look at your forecast for today, and of course that extended forecast, plus a look at the news you need to know when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Bad boy, a four-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Some Southwest Missouri residents have to deal with the mess left by the tornado that was struck Wednesday afternoon. Fire crews and Liberty Utilities worked through the night to clear roads and restore power. Residents spent the day cleaning up storm debris, and no one has been reported injured. The city of Caney, Kansas officially lifted its restrictions on water consumption this week. Last summer, the water shortage in the city was considered at the most critical level on the severity scale. The city is now working to avoid the reoccurring problem in the future. The goal is to connect a pipeline from Coffeyville to Caney's water tower. And the Ascension Hospital System yesterday announced it's investigating a possible cyber attack. Ascension, which owns Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh, says it detected an unusual activity on its network systems Wednesday. They say access to some systems have been interrupted. So far, they haven't noticed any patient information being compromised, and it's not clear if the Pittsburgh facility has been affected.
All right, highs today, low to mid 70s, variable clouds, so mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. We'll have that north wind blowing occasionally upwards of 20 to 25 miles an hour. Mostly clear skies through the evening and overnight hours, back to the low 60s by 10. Lows tonight, back into the low to mid 50s. We're warming up for Mother's Day weekend, upper 70s. Got a pretty decent Saturday. Most of Mother's Day looks good. It'll be cloudy, but otherwise a pretty decent day. Late night thunderstorms Sunday into Monday. More scattered storms next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Temperatures next week, aside from Monday, warming up as well, upper 70s and low 80s.
It'll be a great weekend, great Mother's Day as well.
Absolutely.
Well, Prom is serious business, especially after two teenagers in North Dakota got their special memory captured in a police car. Danica and Ian were heading to their prom when they started to have car problems and became stranded, putting them on a tight deadline for their school prom photos.
That's when a police officer jumped into action and gave the pair an impromptu photo shoot. The officer says he is happy he encountered the teens and they had a positive interaction with law enforcement. And that is certainly a prom photo shoot they will not forget.
No. And no mugshot, at least.
No, well, I don't know how far this goes, but you never know. But still,
look at that.
Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. Honestly, I think that'd be better than a regular
Very
prom
memorable.
photo shoot.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That looks like a lot of fun. And thankfully, it was fun. They weren't being arrested or anything. That could have been a totally different photo shoot there. Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.